Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared, and we have a prototype here that is going to be up for pre-order here soon. Now, I'm going to give you all the details at the end, but first, let's check this out. So this is the Mr. Designs Zero, and it is a button lock flipper with incredible tolerances. It is done by Reate. It is not an integral. It is a two-piece construction. So, but you can barely see that seam. The sound is just addicting. It does have a bit of lock stick, but it is the prototype. And that is something he's going to try to get fixed or, get rid of. Super, super smooth. The tolerances are insane. They're really, really good. And it has, such a simple design feature or profile. The blade fits right into the handles. It is compact. The flipper tab works really good. It feels similar to flipping the Spyderco Smock. It has that type of, because of the flipper tab, being the way it is, just like a Smock flipper tab. The button lock, being on a spring, the type of detent it offers, does give a nice good amount of resistance. Now I notice I can kind of push it out a little bit, and then right there is where it kind of gives me the tension and it kicks it. So I can pop it out a little bit. Now there's still resistance, holding it in, but I can push this a little bit and kind of load up right there. And then it has a clean break. But you don't have to do that. You just pull down and it fires out very nicely. And it still has resistance holding it in. So I'm not saying it's, floppy or anything like that. Deep carry clip. I'm not sure if it's going to be a reversible clip at the end or, during the final production. But as of right now, it looks like it's only right-handed. The blade is M390, I believe. Yeah, I think it's M390 steel. And beautiful satin grind on this one. I'm sure there will be small details changed. Like I think he wants to do some milling on the inside, things like that. The blade does have a super simple design, beautiful satin. It does feel very comfortable in the hand. It is squared off, but it doesn't have any sharp corners or anything like that. Everything lines up super good. The stick, it's pretty significant, so that is something hopefully he can get worked out, which I have no doubt he will. Reate is really good at what they do. Now, the jimping on the spine of the blade, it is effective, but it's not aggressive, so to me, that's perfect jimping. The drop on it, it is ultra smooth. You can use the button to swing it out if you're pushing the button. Now, when you drop it, you can just hold the button down and let it, wait till it stops bouncing and then let go. Because if you let go of the button, it will stop the blade. It's still smooth, but you have to time it just right to get it to stay in. Or you got to do my middle finger trick right there where you go like that and push it in. But you can time it just right. It's very cool though. I do think this thing's pretty awesome. Now, there is something that he is trying to do, hopefully that he's going to be able to pull off. He wants to make a hidden pivot. Not sure exactly if he's going to be able to pull it off. I think basically what he's going to try doing is making the tolerance so perfect that it's almost like this, where you don't even see it. You just maybe see the hardware, maybe. I don't know. Let's check out the piece of paper he sent me, and you guys can read over it. I want you guys to see exactly what I see so you guys will know exactly what I know. First off, here is the specs of the knife, really quick. And then let's check out the information. All right, so let's check out this note. So it says, Dear Neeves, thanks for checking out my Zero prototype. My name is Mihai. I am 21 years old, student trained in interior construction design, and I have been collecting knives for about 4 years. My first knife was a blacked out Boker Strike Tonto serrated because it's tactical. We've all been there. But over the last 4 years, I have learned what I like and don't like in knife designs, mostly serrations and lanyard holes. A little over a year ago, I decided to try and design my own knife. After about 6 months of rejection from manufacturers, Reate decided to be my OEM and take on 2 of our designs, which is an awesome OEM to have working with you. Along the way, my father was also working on designing his own knife. After 6 months later of back and forth with my dad and with Reate, the Zero is the results. So, the next part. The Zero was my passion project from my dad, and I helped him bring it to life. It's been awesome to share a hobby and passion with my dad. I can only imagine. I bet. That's so awesome, man. Good for you. The Zero is no-nonsense folder designed for all demographics. Named Zero for its zero hardware face side, it makes for a zero hassle experience when disassembling this knife. The Zero makes a great office carry because of its intentionally sleek and neutral shape, as well as a great EDC because of the size and drop point blade shape. My father reinvented the button lock mechanism for this knife in order to have that clean shape with no exposed locking surface. And we are in the process of patenting those internals. This is the first button lock with the improved mechanism Reate has over OEM'd. So with that, of course, there are some minor issues. With these first prototypes, however, this improved button lock allows for one of the sturdiest lockups of any plunge lock, which it is. It is extremely strong. I've already tested that out. There are several things we are changing about this model in the next prototype. Overall changes include hiding the face pivot if possible, with magic, of course, but of course. Recessing button further, Protect style. More chamfering on the edge of the scales. They're already really chamfered. Adding internal milling for weight relief. They're solid right now, so I can see that. Additional internal geometry changes to minimize and hopefully eliminate lock stick. Finishing details for different configurations. And then he goes on saying, once again, thank you for checking out our knife. I'm hoping if all goes well, I can get a second set of prototypes that will be even better by the summer and have a Kickstarter going shortly after that. I am trying to keep this model competitively priced around $249.99 for Kickstarter and probably around $270 to $280 for retail depending on configurations. Configurations of the first run will likely still be the same with the bead blasted and satin blade variations, as well as probably a black coated handle with a polished stone wash blade variation. In the meantime, I will be posting regular updates on my Instagram at Mr. Designs. I will link everything down in the description. I am very excited to get the ball rolling as I absolutely love the EDC community. My goal with creating the brand of Mr. Designs is to make high quality knives and gear for everyone to enjoy. Sincerely, Mr. Designs. Go and follow him on Instagram. It's very easy. Just hit the link down in the description. All in all, I like the design feature so far. I am going to do a full review. This is just a first impressions, but I do think some of the things he's mentioning on changing will definitely upgrade the knife. But in my review, I'll leave some tips and things that I think could massively improve or not or be upgraded. I think the hidden pivot idea is a great idea. We'll see how that goes. The edges are already pretty chamfered, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe he's wanting it more contoured. I don't know, because these edges are really chamfered. But he's right though about the lock. Holy cow, is this thing sturdy. I've already sat here and muscled it. Man, this thing is solid. Which with a lot of button locks, you can muscle out a little bit of play. This thing's super solid, which I love that. I love feeling a solid knife. And it's perfectly centered. The tolerances are great. This thing's going to be awesome. So I'm really excited for him and excited to test, review, and, see what my opinions are about, the knife and its designs and how it's going to work long term for people. So we'll see how that goes, and hopefully the Kickstarter and everything is or does wind up going on schedule for them. But there you guys go. Just a quick look at this model. I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.